Whatever. To you, happy Sunday night. How's it going? Let's do this. We're chilling. You guys got your drinks? I've got two. I'm double fisted. Michael Hoskins, Mike Bird, Craig Beaven, Dad, Spencer, Mike SSI. What's up, man? I started kind of backwards. Hoskins, I don't know if it's either been a while since you've been here or you're new, but welcome back or welcome, whatever. I feel like it's a familiar name. Anyway, good to see you all. What are you into? Let me know in the live chat comments below. I won't kill you with trucks, but I'll touch base. And for the real skinny, you have to tune in Thursday for the truck show. But we're messing with the cockpit a little bit on the T28. My zinc chromate that I got paint wise, it's airbrush paint, but I think we're going to see how it's going to do brush method tonight. So yeah, that's it. I'm printing off some inner fenders right now. They'll be done in a little while. And then I do want to come up with, I got to figure out the FPV deal. I got to figure out that. Augured in, Philip Cockram, Olson. You're airbrushing the P-51 wing? Nice. Trimmer's truck, Mount RC. Yeah, I'll give you guys a quick update, but the real deal on the truck's going to be Thursday. I just don't want to kill my airplane, folks. Jeff in Lower Alabama, but I did make some headway since last Thursday on it. So pretty sick. Yeah, Honeychuck Bird, Spencer, Dad, Mike, Craig, Skins, SSI. It has been a while. I thought so. Boss, man. Boss 223, augured in. A little dabble, do ya? The trimmer's truck is doing good. Brian, I would totally take it if it wasn't for, I'll probably be racing this winter. So, like, if I took Saturday back, I'll just need it. I'll just end up back on Sunday. Because wintertime, it was nice racing inside. So, we're going to keep on rocking it this way, I think. But there's the chassis on top of the CJ. I mean, it's next Thursday show, we'll be putting the axles on it. You know what I mean? Chambers, if it wasn't for racing on Saturday night, I would totally do it. I would totally do it. And who knows? Winter may calm down and you may see Bobby. Nice, Craig. That's killer. Big swap meet coming up this weekend. I'm not getting rid of much this time. I usually do, but I'm not done with it. Some of it. You know what I mean? Anyway, I need to. My wife thinks I'm selling stuff. Not really. Not so much. So, yeah, that's the deal. I want to see if that zinc chromate takes. And we started printing off some bits last week. These little silver bits that are actually kind of like a jet controls. They slide basically right in there. I haven't done anything to them, but just set them in there. But I'd like to paint them up. But what's up, David, yourself? But what really kills me is the gator foam business. And so I think I may start working on that. CBO Hobo. Yeah, man. Glad to see you. Yeah. You know, there's actually these little bits. The instrument panel looks halfway decent, but it wasn't what was bothering me. It's these big honking facets that kill me. I actually, you know what I need to do really is get a picture one out of a book of a T-28 cockpit. Like, I'm not even kidding. Just the paper glued on would be loads better than what it is now. Kelly in California, dude. What's happening? We gotta fly when you get back, man. You gotta try Flight Masters. If you, I mean, I think you already have, but it's close to you, man. I gotta knock out some. I want to knock out some planes, cause man, I can't sell them unless I've done the work on them yet. You know, I mean, geez, that's where I'm at. Dan, what's happening? But I do need to make space. When do you get back in town, Kelly? Thursdays when you get back in town? Sweet. Bro, the chassis, it's axle time on the base camp. And I bought some all thread and I'm ready to be modificating on that. Oh, you get back Tuesday late. Sweet. Yeah, man. So here's the FMS motor, not attached to the transmission anymore. What's that tell you? So does the sunshade from FMS keep the cockpit from gatoring? Yes. If you want to put underwear on your airplane every time you park it, 100%. And I'd try, you know, I mean, it's the nature of the beast. And the bigger the cockpit is, the more you're going to see it. I have literally used painter's tape on this stuff and then paint it like a flat black or charcoal gray. And it's been amazing. It doesn't, if it's gatoring, I'm not seeing it. So that's always a possibility. It's a little big here though. So I know it's like multiple pieces of tape. And so I'm not sure if I'm ready for it to look like it's paneled is what I'm getting at. But I will probably start filling it. And then, yeah, I do want to try out the zinc. I just want to see. I know it's not going to cover on that silver really good, but I just want to paint something with that zinc chromate to see how good it does with a brush. But yeah, these we cut down the size and everything and made them fit. And they don't need to be green. They're actually good the way they are. It's everything else that's usually green, but it'd be overkill. And I'm not sure zinc chromate's appropriate on the T-28. But yeah, I don't know why, but this stuff does bother me. Craig, yeah, man. What's up, Eddie K? I call Eddie when I want to know stuff sometimes. uh Thanks, dude. Yeah, boss. I mean, I remember when companies started putting a little tiny pinhole in the, and there's one in there now. I mean, it helps, but it's not everything. Even if I don't use the photograph picture copy, um, it'll still be good as a reference, because the more junk and little fake pipes and wires and stuff that you can get in there, um, the more it's going to hide those big flat facets. Bro, here you go, y'all. We're going to start filling this right now, and then I'll set it aside. Just go for the worst stuff first. This right now, we're printing more of these. These were what they're just really trailer fenders. And I cut them and shaped them to make them work on that thrift side truck. But they're also inner fenders for crawlers and stuff, which is pretty nice. But I'm experimenting them. I'm experimenting with the orientation at which I printed them and the thickness to see if I can get a little diamond plate the Trojan. But the way I've been printing these, when I start cutting them, it wants to really follow the line of the cut. And so I oriented, it's like wood grain, if you think about it like that, with the way the lines lay down on a print. Anyway, this is joint compound, and I'm not a tube guy. I'm a 5-gallon bucket kind of guy. But for modeling, this has been great. And I'm telling you what, we're getting this dude out of the way too. I know he got us. We're going to get this dude out of the way too. Why not? He's screwed in. Fender, I hardly know her. Yeah, Craig. I hate to, but I'm going to get rid of my HSD 182. Am I? Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I don't know why. What's up, Jason Hansen? So the guy has a doubler, like a screw wood plate, and then he's probably glued and screwed. He is. Jason Hansen. You been here before, man? Welcome. This dude needs a repaint also. You could fake war, military this dude up. Yeah. So, dude, I gotta hit this coffee, you guys. That pilot's only half the man he used to be. You just put your HSD 182 together. It's great. I don't know, man. I gotta get rid of something though. I don't want to get rid of it. Yeah, Mountain RC. Let's talk about that. HSD. Eddie K nominates me to fill in for Ali Machinji. I'd do it in a heartbeat. It'd be a different vibe for sure. You know what I mean? But I'd be flying the foamies they sell though more than he uses the equipment, but he doesn't fly the foamies as much as the other really awesome stuff he's doing. Eddie K, man. You know, I feel like, bro, my I hate to say my ship has sailed, but like the one man show of it all, this is going to be as good as it gets, unless there was a effort to a team me up. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. If there was, though, I would do it. So Mountain RC, what the actual cuss words? I got excited when I saw the Cougar at HSD, the 80 millimeter, and then I looked at it, and it's like, where's the retracts? Because I've seen the free wing Cougar fly, and it's amazing, but I just don't want their stuff anymore. So when I saw the HSD Panther, I was like, cool. It's 80 millimeter, you know, fan. There's no retracts. What? I mean, the price is right. Let's start smack dab in the middle. Why not? So this stuff goes on. Yeah, Jeff. I wanted to be excited about it, but so this stuff goes on pink. But I mean, for some guys, that's going to be amazing. And I think Chris Graca is a hell of a guy. And I definitely want to support what he's doing over there. But I haven't had any necessity to lately. I bet I mean, I wonder who makes them. Like, really, who makes them? So, dude, gift card, hotel key, whatever. That's the stuff dreams are made of. Thin to win, but it doesn't have to be stupid thin where you're doing it a million times. I think one of the better things to do is kind of get it on and walk away. Like, quit working it to death. As long as it's smooth, you can wet sand or sand this stuff and it'll be just fine. But this is how I'm going to fix this cockpit that's bugging me to death. Little modeling. And then I'll brush paint it. Probably. I mean, I could rattle can some kind of flat on here, but get it on and walk away. Yeah. And, you know, I have good advice. I just don't ever take it. Like, I should quit messing with this already. But that's hard for me to do. There's a part of me that really needs to. You know, Chris RC Geek has books out, like coffee table looking books on finishing, you know, planes and stuff. I mean, this guy knows his stuff and is a real treasure to the hobby. Has definitely won some, you know, competitions with his planes. Just fantastic builder, and you know, he's in it. You know, I need to get that book. You guys need to get that book if you want to do finishing and stuff. So you just have to not let certain things bother you. It'll go away when you're finishing it or when you add second layers or whatever. And you don't have to sand this stuff. You can wet sand it, and then you don't make any kind of mess at all. Gross. And again, I may put the tape, I still may do my tape thing on this stuff. Can't leave it alone. Ooh, that looks sharp. Look at that. That looks good. Yeah, that was worth it. Make those facets pop a little bit. Okay. That'll work. All right, let's mess with the floor a little. Let's do this. I think we'll do the top surfaces before I mess with the floor. Because if I start messing with the floor, I'm gonna end up handling this stuff, and I don't want to do that. But I mean, this stuff should not distort in the sun. This will be like a shell on it. And there's a handful of, I think, materials that you could put on this mud that'll really soak up because the mud's porous. There's some stuff that'll really absorb into this and make a shell out of it, if you ask me. And some of this doesn't matter where the plastic's going to be. It's really better going down than up. But I'm curious, actually. I want to check out Chris's book. I keep seeing, I think, ads for it on Facebook and stuff, and probably Instagram too. And I wonder, I'd like to see what some of his methods are. Who knows? They might be similar. This t-shirt says Mackinac Island. So it won't shrink and crack in the sun. I mean, I guess we'll find out. You know what I mean? Does it shrink and crack in your house? I mean, it's different than the sun. But I mean, this stuff does. Here's the deal. Some mud shrinks worse than others, right? I think it depends a little bit what you end up putting on it too. You know what I mean? So I think if the shrinking happens when it's drying, once it loses its moisture, that's kind of it. So if it's done and you don't crash it, it ought to hold. I've used joint compound to fix planes forever. Crashes where I've filled, and because I'm either putting paint or urethane or some kind of something over it, it seems to always do okay. So I think it's going to be fine. And if I just prep this and then kind of seal it up and paint it, I think it'll be fine. And it's not on super thick. So I like that woodland foam putty. Nice. I mean, of course, that brings it all to the, you get to really see the high points like this. But they'll go away. And thin dries fast. All right, that's those. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. This isn't my first time, you know. But just a little bit, you know, man. It can't be worse than what the heck it is. I can't, you know what? I can live with some of that gatoring when it's not so huge. Like it's such a big plane and it looks so good and it flies so good that this is an insult, you know? But we'll get these facets dialed in a little bit. If you didn't want to putty that floor, you could use some thin sheet styrene. Yes, even blister pack from some garbage. Dude, I've used cardstock and stuff, Eddie, or paper. It needs to be kind of cardstock. Paper's not quite wet enough or thick enough, but the name of that book Chris sells, anybody know? I cannot recall off the top, but we're going for it, dudes. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? A little dap will do you, man. That's no doubt. It is some dap. I figure, man, let me start showing y'all. I mean, I've done some repair videos in the past where I've got down with some techniques, but it's not very often that I doing repairs. So maybe we'll just have to start having fun with them, doing a little modeling, working with what we got. If I'm not getting the new stuff, then let's work with what we got. Snow River just dropped a link to the book deal. Thank you, man. Yeah, man, this needs it really. Any flat surface just is riddled with it. The gator. The gator. Because if you just try to sand out the gatoring, you're just going to rip up the foam itself. I've actually thinned this stuff with water and brushed it on things before too, that I just wanted to create a texture to. Yeah, Eddie, I'm betting they already have a replacement. Who knows? Maybe Junior. I'm afraid I'm probably not fancy enough. I don't really need to do those bits because I'm going to put that cockpit printed file in it. Yeah, I will save the floor for last. Or different material. I do want to just get all the flat facets, except those, because it's going to have the things in it. Gator done. Gator done, son. I think it'll look cool. Not looking so itself. You know what I mean, man? We're going for it, man. Why not? I think also if I manage to work out onboard cameras inside, like this plane's big enough, it easily deserves it. It'd be nice if it doesn't look, you know, like it's foam. I really am digging the idea of like it'll be pink forever. The bench, no. The bench has so much urethane on it, it's good. Yeah, lightweight crack filler. I mean, this is heavyweight spackling, which I want it to be fuller bodied actually. This is not supposed to shrink or crack. We'll see about that. But I mean, I've been using it on stuff. It's I like this because it's most like regular joint compound. Some of that stuff is super lightweight, and I don't like working with it the same. But one nice thing about wet sanding this stuff is you don't have to worry when you're wet sanding that you're going to hurt any of the adjacent surfaces. You know what I mean? Which is kind of nice. Come on. That's good. I like how it goes white after it dries. This pink stuff, it dries white. It's kind of interesting. You don't like the waiver on leather products. I don't know what you mean. I don't get it. My phone is making noise. I gotta check it out. Well, it's not making noise because I haven't had it turned on to make noise for probably since I got it. It's a vibrator setup. I'm leaving that. That's it. I'm going with that. Looks like, total hell at the moment. Just you sending files. Awesome. Well, good. Sweet. Well, that's a decent start. I do want to see what the green's going to look like. Francis, I don't know what that means, but I'd like to. I think I'm going to go get my hands fixed. Ooh, bro, can you email them to me instead? info@pilotridemedia.com. I may be able to just email it to myself, but if it's text is weird because I can't quite open it on the phone. And I probably can't see what it is. Tony Spears, what's up, man? Cockpit models. I want to see them, yeah. Oh, jeez. Hawker Hunter. Jets. F-16. Yeah, I want to. Warbird would work good for me. P-51, yeah, Spitfire, those are sick. Damn. Yeah, and you're paying for them also pretty good, but that's okay. Especially if I go and try to articulate anything. F86. Texan, holy smokes, dude. That's the freaking one, isn't it? It's only $19. Oh my gosh. Let me wash my hands. This print's already almost done. Here's the real question, Brian. It doesn't have to be perfect scale to me. My yellow T28, I've been thinking, I mean, I would keep it a trike though. I'm not going to go that crazy. And so if I'm going to keep it a trike, I could keep this bubble. But wouldn't it be nice if it was T6 glass? If I was going to fake the paint job and RCAF it and T6, I think that's a whole lot of messing around a T6 cockpit, a T28. In the air though with the gear up, bro, you would hardly know. Philip wants to know if you guys want to see the P51 video tomorrow or the P51 or the P51. Rit dye smoke. What, for the glass? I ain't doing that. I'm not going to do that. Not after, if I'm messing with the cockpit. I'm not going to hide it now. That would have been a good piece of advice a couple weeks ago. Let me do all this finish work on it and tint the windows. I just want it to look a little better. I thought about leaving it at T28, man, just dialing in the cockpit a little bit and RCAFing the stickers. That's all. But dude, I saw a picture of a really sick file for a T6 that Brian sent me. Jeez. That's so nice. It'd look cool just sitting out, you know? Yeah, man. So I want to see what this zinc's about. Let's do it. Why not? Why not? See what it looks like real fast. Do a little test on this too. Yeah. I may see if I have some army green, start painting on this pilot too. Messing around, man, with some stuff tonight. Wanting to fly, dude. I feel like this winter thing is happening and I don't like it. And so I just really start feeling the pinch. In the 3D printer, I have some more inner fenders I was printing because I'll show you in a minute. So these are actually quite useful for more than, they're not really inner fenders. They were trailer fenders that I print in various sizes and use for inner fenders on crawlers and stuff. And whatever I want to do with it. So I had some orange ones and I'm like, let me print them a color I won't have to paint. And then I also changed the orientation, the way I printed it on a couple. You'll see. This is almost done. And I'll pull them off just to see about the strength. And I played with some of the settings to try to thicken them up. So I do a show on Thursday night that's all about trucks, rock crawlers, and I've been making stuff from scratch, um, and really ultra modifying existing chassis to work with the stuff I got going. So my dad's truck's getting inner fenders, and I got it already specced out with the orange one that I had, so I printed off some new ones. I'll show you guys later. Let's see what this does, though. What's up, Tim? Ooh, that's a great color. Oh, that's nice. I should be using a flat brush. Yeah, it looked really good laid on there thick. I mean, this is no prep. This is airbrush going right on. Tim Tobin, what's up? Tim Smith. If your name's not Tim, get out of here, dudes. This is a good little color until you try to spread it. Just got to be built up. It's all going to the brush. That's all right, man. We just want to get an idea what we're working with. It's airbrush paint, so I didn't have super high hopes for it. The brush is just soaking it up. It looks really good when you leave it thick. We'll let that dry a minute and do another coat. It's fine. Just playing tonight, dudes. RC 6 years in a row, thinking about sometimes, man, I don't feel like I got anything going on. Like, why am I doing it? You know, like if I haven't got out to fly or whatever, like what am I doing? Just dirty this whole thing up, man. Build it up. It's never going to hurt building up a 3D print with paint because it will fill those lines and stuff for you. And serve as like a base coat. The company is great. I mean, that's y'all are why it still happens. I know dudes look forward to it. I know my dad does. I do. But I just feel bad if I haven't got out. Ugh. It's windy this weekend. Cool. I mean, that's you can really see the silver through that. So that's let me do 2 coats on that. Ooh, that's a lot. But if you look how dark it is if you were to, you know, build it up. Sounds like that print's done. Yeah, wow, that's even just so I'm gonna try this carbon fiber PLA real quick on the black stuff and see what it looks like. I like the texture of the carbon fiber PLA a lot. And the PLA, except for the silver silk stuff, it's a matte finish. So it is going to take it more like this stuff does. Then this silver silk does kind of have a shine, so to say. This is the gray matte PLA, and what the heck? Let's go ahead and just do a little dab of dooya on this one too. Why not? You know what? Let's do it on the side that you wouldn't see if I mount it to a truck. That way I don't have to paint it. All right. We'll let those samples kind of just chill for a minute. But I do want to put just a little bit more on these. Did you set an active gain adjustment? Who you talking to? Me? Oh, I did forward programming, set up safe in AS3X. AS3X does not seem to be working even after I throttled up. You wiggle the plane, you don't hear the servos? Boss, did you set up fixed or adjustable gains? Because you have to say, you can't skip that. You have to pick one, right? Like you have to say fixed or adjustable. And then, like, let's say you do fixed, you have to tell it fixed 3 times in each flight mode for a total of 9 times. You have to confirm that. And if you don't do that, it's like the setup, no matter how right you might have been on your whole setup, it doesn't like finalize it. It won't like take. So, and you won't see things working correctly, even though it may be all there. Did your surfaces wiggle 2 times? It's possible that your surfaces wiggle 2 times to indicate that safe is there, but it's not acting like it is. And that's that weird little part of the programming where you get all done and you're so excited, and there's a screen that pops up, and it's not on the top, but it says fixed adjustable, and it will let you just kind of pass that screen and get out of like back out, but you're not done. So yeah, you wiggle 2 times. So you did the safe setup right. Everything's probably good to go. If safe works, AS3X does. You can't really turn AS3X off. So go back in, And when you get to that fixed part, roll, yaw, pitch, every flight mode, confirm it, fixed, 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 9 times in total. And then I bet you'll be all right. That's already looking better. It's kind of neat over the silver not being so. I mean, this looks really good on here too, though. On the black stuff. Doing a little paint test with the zinc chromate I got. It did wiggle, yeah. Yeah, man. You're gonna see a lot more art out of me this year. That's gonna be sick on the black carbon fiber stuff. Hoskins, yeah, because that's the opportunity where you're able to decide if you want to go fixed or adjustable. We learned something about adjustable the other day altogether, where unless you jack up the gains higher than the 40, 50, 60 by default, there's nowhere to go when you do adjust it than down. So what's the point? If 40, 50, 60 is like always good. Thanks, Ryan. That worked. You're very welcome, man. I thought it might. I thought it might. I know because I call Eddie when I have questions. Yep, it's real easy to miss that step, man. It is. I mean, how do you think I learned? So I also have out this stuff called Nuln oil that once I get a little more dry out of this stuff, I think we'll get some out. AS3X Plus, put the gain at 4 times and see if that helps. Are you kidding? No, don't do that. 4 times? What? Man, listen. I'm over the moon with the technology as it is. I do not need it any better. I'm good with it, like the way it is. If I gotta mess with my nose wheel, then I'll mess with my nose wheel, or I'll use this. It's fully proportional. You know what I mean? Fully proportional. Here in Central Illinois, almost all my RC is outside for sale. Have not changed. Rambler, Rustler. Almost all my RC is outside for sale. 6i. Yeah, the 6i is old now. It was great in its day. Zinc chromate makes you feel good inside. That was driving you nuts, man. Awesome, boss. Glad that's what it was. Kenny's in the house. What up, dude? That's on the mat. Play. play. What else do I want to try? We're going to see what it looks like on foam too while you messing around. I wish dudes wore zinc chromate outfits because Rustler, yeah. Because if dudes wore zinc chromate outfits, dude would have one. All right, let's pull off these fenders real quick. So these prints are like wood grain. Kind of fun to think about that. And so this is how I've been printing them. So the lines all run this way on this. They all, and it looks amazing, but they all run long ways. So when I'm snipping, it wants to wedge it and almost continue the cut unless it's perpendicular to the lines or the grain. Is a great way to put it. Now I did set these up to print thicker, and I think they did. So that's kind of cool too. Feels more substantial than, honestly, I can't tell the freaking difference. Now this one does. Now these were printed the other way. So the lines are short. Awesome. Green paint. Hold on, I got a water thing. I'm an artist. I'm an artist for show. So these, and since they're inside of these are fender wells. So the first layer of the print, I mean, it's just way thicker and it's oriented short ways across. So when I'm cutting, I'm going across and it doesn't really, I don't think it's going to split the same. So as far as a finish goes, it's not as good, but it's not bad. So you can kind of see the print bed impression, a little bit of lining on the radius, and then, you know, not super great looking, but should be stronger. So I did a couple like that, and these stronger ones are what I'm going to make Dad's inner fenders out of, and I'm going to show you that truck real quick. And for more truck, you'll pop into the stream right here Thursday night at, and that's a file I grabbed the other day, and I'm like, I printed extra off. It's been useful. Kelly turned me on to it. He's like, dude, look for, because I needed these special fenders for this thrift side truck that I was doing, that I'm still doing. And they were nowhere to be found. And he's like, dude, look at these trailer fenders, just regular old 10 scale, whatever trailer, and you can make them work. And I did. So I'm going to show you real quick. And we may set something else off to print if you guys want to get into that. Big old cockpit action. I'm still kind of messing with paint though, dudes. I won't stay long on this truck, but I'm tickled about how it's coming out. I spent a bunch of more time on it this weekend, actually. Dad check out your rig, bro. I moved the axle again. I can't remember which way to get it right. It's back. It was too far forward, actually. I moved it. So now it's back. But these fenders here on this thrift side truck, no way to find it. No way to get it. Nothing. So it's those fenders I just showed you. And I changed the shape of them and cut them. And I'm not done doing finish work, but this is, you know, in process thrift side truck. I want to show you though what I did. I don't know if you can tell. I mean, it's got a crazy ride height right here. We'll talk more about this on Thursday, but I'll just give you a brief synopsis right now. The I lowered it another. I could tell you. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly because I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. They're gonna know. Doesn't sound like a lot, but another 5 millimeters. I got out of it, dropping it down. And guys, this is what we do Thursday. Yeah, that is the inner. They'll be. I only need them on the front, and it won't be orange. But that's why I printed the gray ones. But I got to trim it. But that's Dad's inner fenders are like perfect. So these purchased for the shackles. I drilled new holes, cut the tabs, brought it up. I did the same thing here, brought everything up. The front ones right there, everything up. And I've got the motor in it now, the servo in it now, and the transfer case in it now. And solving some of those problems. And I did also, I changed the tires out to what's going to be on here. So this thing is actually looking pretty sick at the moment. I also cut the floor out expertly to come on down over this and not be a problem. So I still got a lot to figure out, but dudes, it is looking choice. It's looking good. It is. I'm super pumped about it. I'm proud about it. I've got it as low as I need it to be now. Move the axle again. Power system's in it. I just got a receiver up. So it's like finish work attachment style. But doesn't that every little bit I could do to shrink it on the ride height, bro? It's looking way more appropriate and less obnoxious. I think it's worked out pretty good. So thank you very little. Anyway, that's why I was printing off fenders because they're going to be inner fenders. Check this out. I'll show you the orange one. I got to get rid of the bad one to do it. And I only had to notch around the drive shaft like a tiny bit. I still got to figure out the floor stuff, but you see the inner fender is going to be great, especially once it's not orange. That's a pretty closed up. I like it. I like it. A lot of thinking going on. And those tires are not the Bajas that I bought. I found the real ones for this truck, but they were too big. So yeah, I slimmed down the fenders. I double walled them. We've got the back. I held off on this. I have so much stuff in here that I was like, dude, I got to get the motor and the servo just installed. Like, let me get some stuff off the bench. And so this will be my, throughout the week, getting it dialed in on the bumper, which will be diamond plated in the future. That's the wrong way. So I didn't work on this bumper at all, but I did work on a ton of other stuff on that truck. And last time you guys saw it on Thursday, the fenders were still orange. So this is, and the bumper's in the way for me to get the thing all the way up right now, but it's looking so good. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. And the little bit where the motor's peeking through looks actually kind of all right. And it all is so hard and plastic and cool that I'm literally going to skin a Pepsi can or something and put it on over that motor where the hole is and cram down on it and try to form up a piece of something to fill that hole up. Anyway, Thursday, this is all we're doing and building a base camp, which is almost done. So we got to think about the next kit to build. TF2, Boom Racing, Vanquish. I'd do another Vanquish. I could strip apart another one of these FMS trucks. I mean, it's a pain, but I'm getting to where I'm happy with Dad's truck. I gotta figure out some battery stuff. I'm not gonna put a hood on this one. I don't think. Sometimes it's easier if you do. Yeah. So that's cool. That's it. Discord server. General RC, I missed your question. Sounds like another thing to manage, and I'm barely keeping up already. Kinda. What? I'm not opposed to it. Build an airframe. Someday. I gotta want to do it though. Kind of. I'm pretty. I got a lot of projects going. I want to finish before I take on anything else, but I'm not opposed to it. I need to sell planes. I need to build a YouTube channel. Like do videos would be cool. It's a neat idea. It's a neat idea. It's a little bit of everything now. I mean, it is what it is. There's a couple cool races coming up that I'm going to try to actually wear a hat cam for and share that out. My RC life in the house. These are dry enough to see what the Nuln oil does. Design our own plane. Yeah. So even just the thickness of the green around the buttons kind of gives it some texture. But if you get some of this, you can get all this stuff on my Amazon too. And by the way, a lot of you know the website's going away. It's okay. The links will always be in the description. What, designing a plane, Kenny? Are they making their own? Love them to death, but they got to read the book and set up the flaps the way it calls out for first. Nuln oil. I should shake it. Hello. And then maybe we'll get on the bamboo and pick something to print, maybe. All right, let's clean this green brush. Yeah, good to see you, Kenny. Dave, yourself. Good to see you too, I guess. I was playing. Good to see you for sure. And dry this out a little bit. Actually, a smaller brush may be better for this Nuln oil. But basically, what it's good at is kind of accentuating some of the profiles around something. Keith, I haven't yet. Not really. I've popped in before. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. He's come off and on a little bit on streams. There was a time. It's been a minute. I was checking him out. I really honestly don't watch much RC, to be honest. Some truck stuff lately. These guys who are taking my lunch, I don't watch their videos, you know what I mean? So this is that Nuln oil stuff, and just kind of play with it. I think it's probably not a bad idea to just put it on and then like wipe it off. That's a bunch. But it helps define the shapes of what's here. So I'm just like scrubbing it in, so to say. And it just adds dimension. I used it on the FJ55 project a lot. It's good at making things kind of dirty looking, and again, little texture. And it's shiny now, but it'll flatten out. But you can kind of see the buttons a little better. And then once this flattens out, dries out, it'll pop a little more. So that's the one with the stick has been nulled. It's probably hard to see. until that shine goes away. It's, from what you're looking at, it's fairly similar looking, but we'll do this one too. But if something's boring and completely one uniform color, it's nice to add texture to it, add dimension with this stuff. And if you leave it on thick, it'll dry darker. So um, I'll leave this one on thicker. But for the chrome on the headlights and junk on that FJ55 that I did a patina on, it was really great using this stuff because I made an old looking truck and then the chrome was all like brand new looking, which drives me nuts. It's like you see somebody wearing a new pair of shoes and they're all like shiny and white. I always thought that looked goofy. I When I see somebody in a fresh pair of shoes like that, I always ask him how long the doctor tell you have to wear those. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, new shoes are for nerds. Same with blue jeans. But I mean, if you're tucking in your shirt to your shorts, this conversation's not for you anyway. You know what I mean? Or wearing a headset like Britney Spears, it's probably not for you. This conversation. But the way it lays on there is the way it's basically going to dry. So I'm trying to work this where it's not too nuts. So I keep getting the excess off. So way too much, but there it is. And this one, I feel like it needs a little more on the switches. Just to define this stuff. And it does build up. So if you don't like it the first time, you can do it again. I just wanted to do something to that cockpit because it's so huge and just needs something. So yeah, we'll show you this when it dries. Both these. I want to see. Yeah, Fred. I think he's the guy who told me to get some. What in the hell are some of y'all talking about right now? Holy mackerel, mother of mercy. My ears. I was talking about wet sanding the foam. You can also kind of just brush it sometimes too to smooth it. Should we see if I have an army green for this dude? He needs a different skull cap for sure. Y'all go ahead on with that conversation. See how the green did on this. That's looking pretty solid. What's nice about that is you don't have to maybe, it's like 2 coats of it. I love it. It looks good on there. Paint the flight suit. Yeah. I want to do the helmet too, though, because it's obnoxious. I'll play with paint a little bit. I got some on my Amazon store. You can too. Let's see, man. What colors did I get? Dark rust, chocolate brown. I don't have no army guy green. Paint the dude rust. Print and paint shop. Let's see. I do have some khaki-ish. Let's do a test on this. This might be khaki. Dude's an officer. I mean, who cares, right? We can do it. It's my plane. Paint the flight suit. Yeah, okay. Okay. Y'all don't know. I need to go get paper towel or something. Mix a little green and black or brown for olive drab. I'm wondering if I could throw a little brown or black into that zinc chromate. I mean, you kind of get an idea what black looks like on that stuff. And it's like it needs a little brown in it too. All right then. Hold on. Hold on a minute now. I need something to mix on, and that I get to have enough. I don't need nothing. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll use this stupid thing and the paints came in. All right. There's black. I want brown. I'm talking like, let's bust out some rust or this little bit of wood, whatever color they call it, Madeira wood. See what we get, dudes. Bottle cap's a great idea. I'll do it right there. I'll do it right there. All right. This is a little test. Action. and you don't put it all together first. I really picked the too big. That's okay. That brush will work for now. I'll mix with a little one. Tan and gray. I've got tan and the green. And we're going to see what happens with it. It's not awful. I'm not going to have enough. Yeah, zinc chromate mixed with this Madeira wood, whatever the hell, and black. One drop of black. That's it. And we'll do this, and then we'll see. I think if this doesn't do it, ooh, that's pretty good. If this doesn't do it, then we'll do throw a little rust in it. This might have done it. We'll see. We're gonna paint them. I think it's all right. We'll try to not paint his little seat belts, I guess. Thanks, Dad. Cool. It's got to be better than the blue he is. And it's wet enough. It ought to level pretty nice. That'll be all right. It's trying to get out of my own way for the shadows. Little Amazon brushes, nothing fancy. Yeah, I know I need a headband light, but I don't see wearing it during the show. Um, I can't. I can't do it. Have any of you guys wanted to paint, but you always been too scared? I mean, the thing is, you if you really mess up, you can just go take it to the sink or paint over it. You know what I mean? This stuff is a really nice viscosity, so to say, and it goes on really nice, and probably partly because my brush is wet to begin with. Also, I mean, I dried it out on my pants, and the trick is to not everybody knows how to paint. I don't know how to paint, but I'll do it, and I've painted stuff, you know, houses and junk. If you have a lot of paint on the brush because you just dipped in, then go somewhere where it doesn't matter to blot it off. And then you go back to where the detail is and like cut your line and stuff without a whole lot of excess on there. So you don't run paint down this dude's neck or whatever you're working on. So just blot it, off before you get to the detail stuff, and then just trust it. It's no big deal. I think being able to see what you're working on would be fun. Um, I really, over the last couple of years, have noticed the diminishing quality of my used to be superior vision. And we did not mix a lot of paint, and it's going to be plenty for this guy, you know, plenty. I just got one more shoulder left to do. He's looking pretty strong. He's looking all right. Hey, we'll get a silver zipper on him and everything. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the mix, the color. A little bit of yellow, one drop of black. That was it. One little drop. And again, so it's a lot of paint on the brush right now. I'm not going up to where I'm cutting lines. Now, sometimes if it's a big enough brush and you're good enough, you can have a fat load on a brush and kind of push and pull the bead where you want it. But it's not generally going to be necessary. So I tend to, I'm not going to blot it off on paper. Let me just blot it off in the field, so to say. Like I'm just rocking here now. but I almost want a little more. But now I'm gonna get up here and cut the line. And when the paint is nice like this and kind of self levels, the brush strokes are less important. If you have a thicker paint, sometimes it is more important. The strokes. Since you're 5, Eddie, nice. You just have anniversary or something, man? Or was it your wife's birthday? What was it? I feel like it was a wedding photo or something back in the day or something. Congrats. See, this is starting to be a little hard to pull already, the paint. So if you see that the brush strokes aren't leveling like they were, just get a little tiny bit more water on the brush. And man, I am no expert, but I'm just willing to try. So I almost got too much water on this. Oh, sick. What's up, Newts? But he's already flattening out and drying up on this side. Looks good. Looks good. It's helmet time, dudes. Isn't it? It's helmet time. I'm happy with that. I don't care if it's perfect because it's at least the right color. Um, that's what I say as I go back on and put more green on them. Yep. You got to be careful you don't go back on sometimes too quick because you'll reactivate what's there and then it'll pull weird. It look funny. This is behaving though. And if you cut it in good the first time, you don't have to be as perfect the second time. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're gonna get this dude's helmet next. You had no idea what you guys were getting into tonight. Mixing custom paints. Shoot. This is good practice for um I've actually never painted a pilot before or a dude. So this is good. Um I'm gonna have to paint some drivers coming up. So this is a great little practice for me. Put just a little thicker coat on there. And I managed to cut in around dude's harness pretty okay. This cat's gonna look factory. Oh yeah, Kenny, this is the T28 guy. I've been messing with the cockpit a little bit. Actually, hold on, I'll show you. That's what one more little drop of water. Reactivate this stuff here. That's what these are going in. These bits are for the, I mean, it's work in progress, but these bits are for the Carbon ZT 28 because I can't stand Vallejo. Yeah. Vallejo and Vallejo. Yep. Yes, they are. You can get them on my Amazon store. I wish you would. So I keep the lights on because everything but my firstborn for this stuff. I'm just using this green up because it's dynamite. So 2 coats on this guy. And we mix this custom. Yeah, Kenny, this is zinc chromate mixed with a little bit of this Madeira wood, yellow kind of deal, 1 drop of black. Yeah, that's it. And it's definitely not the same as the zinc chromate. It kind of toned it down some. And if this wasn't close, I was going to throw in a dark brown next, but we were pretty happy with it once we got to this point. So that's where we're staying. This paint does go on so nice. And like smooth. I've used a lot of house paint samples to do stuff in my past. And it's cool. But this stuff, it's like it's made for it. It is. And all the model guys that I had experience with at the shop, like the Vallejo, man, that looks like self-level. I don't give a rip if you can see a little tiny blue under the collar. It's just shadow shading. But yeah, that's the color blue this dude was. We're gonna do his helmet. Skull cap it. So this is the cockpit I'm working on, Kenny. I can't stand the gatoring. So I started filling it. And we're dress it up. Because I gotta do something on Sunday with you dudes. But yeah, so I mean, of course, this is kind of thin. That's what we mixed. And I mean, you can't hardly tell a difference, but there's a difference. The zinc chromate's just a little bit louder, and this is a little bit subdued. You can't tell on the camera, though. I can, though. Maybe it's better against the dry one. It's hard to tell. Dry brushing will bring out a ton of detail on those panels. Yeah. Yep. And that's some of the I've done it to some things. I did it to the front of the T6 I got up there. I did learn stuff from watching Bob Ross. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, so I still need this plastic because we're doing helmet now. Oh, I just touched it, you stupid ass. Dude will be like the scalest dude ever with a fingerprint. All right, so helmet. I'm thinking we can go dark. With a skull cap. Chocolate, black brown, orange brown, dark rust. I think I want to try chocolate brown with this yellow again. Bro, I see this guy RC every day who mixes his spray paint. He tapes it to like a blade for a sawzall and shakes it, shakes it to death. Pretty funny. All right, so that's pretty brown. That's pretty brown. It just needs a little, maybe. One, two drops. Yeah, I gotta work too. But I don't sleep because I'm an idiot. Kelly Klein, what's up, man? Project. What do you mean? Man, this guy looks better already, dudes. So let's mix this up. So we got two colors there for the brown. See what we get. I need a lot more of that yellow, I think. I don't know, man. A little orange in it. Orange rust, orange brown. I think I'm trying to go leather here, I guess. Dude, let me just look at one real fast. World War II pilot. Bob Ross is from my hometown, man. Dad used to work on the TV show. No kidding. Oh, that's going to be slick. Okay, so and they were pretty dark. I think I'm right on. I think I'm right on. I think I'm right on. Let's try a little orange though. Anyway. Yeah, dad knew him. Dad worked there. Dude, Brock's dad did the books. You know how he had the books he sold? Bob Ross? Brock's dad was the graphic designer on those books. All right, that's what we're going with. All right. Let's see if I can you know what I got to do? I already know. Check this out. I'm gonna put something in here so I can hold it. What's on the bamboo? I just printed bro, the fenders are great inner fenders. So dad's truck is getting super close right now. So that's what I just pulled off a couple. I changed the orientation on the print to make them a little stronger. Yeah, that's what I just pulled off. Okay. Now this big old brown head of a helmet will definitely benefit from, I think, probably some weathering. Just a tiny bit of water. Just a happy little helmet. Yeah, happy little helmet. But man, it flows so much better if there's just a little bit of moisture in it. Yeah, Bob Ross likes to tumble when he's four wheeling with me. That's for sure. We're getting it. I think one thing too, it's like I'm okay if there's a little texture in it where the seams would have been. Doesn't have to be perfect because I can two coat it. Oh, Kelly, that sucks. Little bit concentration action happening right now. Got to apologize for that. Around dude's face here. You know, when you're going to do detailed painting, drink a bunch of coffee first, please. It helps. And being this darker brown, it's not super awful that it's not solid, solid. Like I'm seeing the white through it. It's okay. It's okay because it's almost too dark. And almost it makes things look too perfect if it's all the same consistency. Sometimes it's okay that it's not. I do want it darker where there would be shadows kind of, but I can dig it. Yeah, worn ish. He's gonna get a second coat on the helmet. A little though. I'm honestly not mad at it. I really not. I'm thinking about doing uh a reddish, an orangey brown, um, and like wiping it off on here. Yeah, Roy, this is the T28 guy. He just kind of sucked. So I thought I'd paint on him today since I've started drywalling. Ethan RC, this is the T28 dude. This is the T28. See that blue on the bottom? That's what he was. And his helmet was white. We're going for a little more warbird dude. So we just custom mix these paints. I hope it looks like leather. That's cool. This is where the dry brush thing would be something. And I'm legit gonna do it now. So anything that's wet though and dripping, I want off. So it can dry. Need a little more over here. Yeah, man. $650 you can get one of these pilots. Nah, you don't have to buy the plane to get the pilot. I'm pretty sure. I had him, I wanted to get him out of the way to do the work on this thing anyway. So I was like, you know what? I got some driver dudes that I have to paint soon too. So good time to do it. Even those lines on top of his head emulate the like stitching is multi shades. Yeah. I'm cool with it. Let's play with orange brown. Yeah. Orange brown. I probably should start painting houses again. I legit in the zone. Yeah. I don't know if I like that or not, but I don't. I don't. I want a little more solid. It's all right. I want a little more solid. That's all right. We're doing a little more solid than. Yep, we are. I'm kind of putting it on like panels right now. Yeah, that works. And then I could throw a little bit different color. Uh, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now because I can. I'm throwing a whole nother, this thing's gonna look different a little bit. One drop of that. Love it when a plane comes together. He needs a little mustache. I don't know about all that. Oh yeah. Just barely different. Look at that. Holy smokes. Uh, that worked out pretty good. All right, I'm almost done with this guy. Just give me a sec. One more drop of that. Yes, check out the Monday night fly-in Wild Bill's hosting. 2 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this in just a sec. We'll get this guy drying somewhere and call it. I'm pretty tickled though with this. Um, just subtle, you know. I don't need stitches on here, make him look like he got a baseball for a head, but like just slightly different colors, like Brian was saying, is a good call. That's pretty choice. Um, Wait till it dries up, but see the color differences there? Kind of like a panel down the middle. I'm cool with that. We're gonna kind of just hit this bottom bit the same way because it would carry on those differences in the leather panels would carry on underneath the goggle strap, obviously. It's not like, why would you stop there, right? So we'll go ahead and carry it over. Happy little leather patches. Dude. Yeah, I'm pretty tickled by it. I'm feeling pretty confident when it comes time to get my rock crawler guys painted up. Okay, so this one goes down to there. Okay. So the panels now carry underneath the goggles. I'm taking it. That's way better than the stock, dude. Hey, hold on. Silver Sharpie. Thank you, Easter Bunny. So much better. Now, check this out. The zipper honestly would be like not silver. It would be like more like brass, copper, whatever looking. Just nothing but a little tiny silver zipper. And this dude is enlisted. What side, left or right? Who cares? Nah, I'll wait. I'll wait. I was gonna give him something on his collar, bro. Uh, you know, dirty up his face. Yeah, he's just too shiny. If I satin the whole thing, it'd probably be okay. And honestly, his harness would be different color. You know what I mean? There's no May West or anything on this guy, but I'll take it, man. I'll take it. I like the way a little bit looks like maybe there's stuff going on with that helmet deal. I mean, it's really more of a helmet than a skull cap, like the thin things. 5 o'clock shadow. Let's try the Nuln oil for that real quick. What the heck? See, we 5 o'clock shadow this cat with some Nuln oil. It was too much fun. She's gonna kill me. That's okay. Go look in the mirror. Nah, this dude's got brown eyes. Yeah, that's too wet. I mean, these dudes were young. They were shaving, man. You guys are gonna die. Bro, that's not bad at all. Is it? That's crazy. That worked out, actually. I just had to keep messing with it though. Should have left it alone. I just shaved his chin. Oops. Easy fix. All right, we're getting there, and then I'll wrap it up, dudes. That's what you get for not leaving it the hell alone. I had it perfect, but I had to mess. It's all right. You can always put on more. All right. So, not bad. I'll take it. I can fix him. He's looking all right. I kind of screwed up his chin, but he's all right. He's all right. I shouldn't have messed with him. I was just trying to clean under his lip because he had beard all the way up to his lips. Anyway, there he is. If he had blue eyes, he might look like me. Not today, my friend. So let's carefully take this dude off and set him down. There he is, looking way better. Pretty cool. I can dig it. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Yeah, little bits for the T28. That's cool. I gotta do buttons, so we need some yellow and red and black buttons and junk. Um, I really don't think this would have been zinc chromate the panels, uh, but who cares? You know, we're dialing in a foamy, and who knows? It may end up being an even more appropriate cockpit ends up in there, but that was pretty cool to get me started. Yeah, man, I don't know what you do to fix this guy other than put glasses on him. So at least he's not blue and white helmet. He's a little bit more relaxed. I already know what he needs. He needs wrinkles, like little tiny bit of wrinkles to close those eyes a little bit. But I'm pretty okay with this guy now. He's got scruff. He's a little bit more, it's not period correct, but I can dig it. I can dig it. His head isn't ridiculous like I mean, it is a helmet, not a skull cap, so it just alludes to that. So, thanks, dudes. Custom colors with Pilot Ryan. Ooh. All right, Brian Chambers. See you later. Guys, thanks everybody for all you do. And we'll see you Thursday for the truck show. Make sure you check out the Instagram and follow me on Facebook and stuff. Yep. Because I'm not going anywhere. So let's keep it up. I got to get with the FPV stuff. I think it's going to be fun. Especially if it's the only way I get film done, then that's what it's going to be. camera in it as well. So yeah. See you later, dudes. Thanks so much. We are out of here. I'm making sure the paint is shut. It is. It is. It is. It is. Fred, I had to load up new filament on an old spool today. Super easy. I didn't know that I bought it as a refill. Maybe it was cheaper for me that way. But it's easy. Not a big deal. We'll see you later, guys. We're out of here in 5. Hanger Rats forever. We're 3 later. You're too good to be forgotten. We'll see you next time. See me on the truck show Thursday night, 9 o'clock. We'll keep on tricking out this T28. Who knows? Maybe we will order up some RCAF decals. And even though it's a T28, just kind of get a little nostalgic. All right. We'll see you. Thank you, everybody. Bye now. Boom.